Good day everyone and welcome to another epic episode. Let us just jump and go straight forward to the KZN legislature where they were fist fighting, where there was some smackdown, grabbing, slapping and just chaos, stuff being thrown around parliament there, and things were just not going good.
But I'm aware that emergency services have since entered the house to try and attend to that particular situation that is unfolding right in front of the people who have come here basically to see the proceedings of this house, which have tended to be extremely chaotic. I mean, more and more police have been brought in to try and manage the chaos that we are witnessing here. Of course, members of the MK party not backing down, pushing against police. I guess when we first heard about this particular motion, we knew that it was going to be a tight race.
So what caused all the chaos? I want us to talk about that because Non-Tobago boys pulled out some stands that I did not understand. She did something that was so very confusing at the end. I understand the chaos, the interruption and everything that the MK party and the EFF MPs were doing in terms of singing and just causing disruption. I understand that. We'll talk about that, but I want us to start here because I never understood on how did they come now to announce the final results of the voting. Did anyone see any voting taking place there? Because the voting that was to start, we didn't see any MK party members or the EFF members just partaking on the voting processes. But guess what? At the end, there were some results which were announced.
Madam Speaker, the voting results are as follows: 40 members against the motion. No other votes recorded. Thank you. Thank you, honorable members. The motion has failed. Honorable Ntuli remains the premier. The house is adjourned. But, honorable members, Fula Batala.
And I was shocked to say, what is happening? What is the GNU doing to KZN? Because it is clear that the GNU together, they have the numbers. The MK party failed to negotiate when the opportunity was presented to them, when this thing, when Ntuli was even now elected to become the premier in KZN. The MK party, they have short list fallen on their side to act upon this earlier, and now it has just backfired. Now the GNU is strong, is solid. The DA, the NFP, the ANC, and the IFP, they are just one thing now. They are solid like that. Everyone knows. It is a well-known information that a lot of the people in KZN voted for the MK party, meaning the majority of the people in KZN, they want the MK party to be their government. But because the MK party has failed to negotiate and to come to terms in the 80 sitting, right? Because the MK party only has the 37, they need just 40 plus 1 to be in government. And according to the MK party, seems like things were just in order. There were some people that they've spoken with, I assume, because they were so very adamant and positive to say that they are taking this one, not knowing that Nontobeko boys, she will just act outside the jurisdiction of being the chairperson or the speaker of parliament there, and she chose to be biased and sided with the GNU because we understand that she's the member of the African National Congress, and according to the law, she had the right, by the way. She was just within the confines of the law to take the decision and to take and decide upon this motion of no confidence, whether it will be private or it will be public. So the MK party tried to just give their side of the story and to back up of saying that they have some threats, their lives are in danger, and they will need now to make this to be the secret voting.
Honorable Speaker, I think kubalekile somlomo ukuthi ngisho le yokuthi ke ezumkhonto wesizwe we are demanding the secret ballot. We are demanding the secret ballot. Kubalekile uthi ngifunde sithole umyalezo onama-3 namhlanje. I'll read the number. The number is 073 439 6162. It reads as follows. Ngiyocela ungixolele Honorable Speaker because kunamagama anganambithisiseki lapha anenhlamba kodwa ngizoyifunda njengoba injalo. Siyezwa sinsizwa ukuthi inina abalomhlanzo wemotion yokukhipha thina komele nigqoke insimbi ukuphi lapho nihamba kuko konke lapho nihamba khona. Asikwazi ukuthi nina Mhlanzo Yonyoko, Umgadi, uDex, Honorable Magubane, Umkhize zilambe izingane zethu. Izingane zethu kodwa nize nazi ukuthi nizimbele nina amathuna. Honorable Speaker, sivule icase case number 40. Ukuthi ke kubalekile njengomkhonto wesizwe party ukuthi ke siye kwi secret ballot to safeguard integrity yama members ukuze ama members in this house abe protected against these threats esiwarecivayo from abantu abathumelezayo lo myalezo.
It seems like now Nontobeko she was just not buying it. She refused and just acted now outside now the law that she's supposed to use now. Why I said it? Because at the end, and she sees that now there's this chaos that has just erupted, but she insisted of saying that those who are in favor of this motion, they can stand up, while the MK party and the EFF MPs are up already and they are boycotting, they are singing, they are chanting, and they are causing just disruption.
The motion must take their seat and stand at their seats. Those against the motion must sit down at their seats. Those in support of their motion, we are
But she continues to say, stand up. And already the targeted people, that pushing of the people who wants to vote against Ntuli, already they're up. And she said that, stand up. And those who are not in favor, they can remain sitting. And obviously, the ANC, the IFP, the DA, they have seated. And she goes on to say, those who are abstaining, they can raise their right hand while seated down. And, you know, she pulled a stunt, a criminal stunt. She was just not now obeying the law, the rules of the legislature, and she pulled a gangster stunt of announcing results while the EFF MPs, the MK Party MPs, have not voted. Where did she get the numbers? If they were so fair and clear, where did she get the numbers? Because if now we as the country, we allow this corruption to continue under the GNU, it means democracy is not here in South Africa. There are people who are forcing themselves to be the rulers of certain provinces or certain people, like what is happening in KZN. Because if justice is not served for the MK Party, it means now this thing will continue even in the future. And one day it will affect your favorite political party. We know that the DA was up in arms because you remember Helen Zille said that they will not allow KZN to be given to dogs.
He is fighting to make sure that money is spent on you, the people, not on the politicians of this province. If you ask MEC Mayor, what are you doing? He's saying, I'm making sure that infrastructure and public buildings work in this province so that they benefit you, the people, and not the politicians. If you ask Deputy Speaker Mabathu Tembe, what is it that she is doing? She will tell you that you have a legislature that is accountable to you, the people of KwaZulu-Natal, that they are reaching out to groups of disabled people, young people, old people, women's groups to make sure that their voice is heard in the provincial government. That's what the DA is doing in the GPU. And all of that is at risk today. It's at risk today if we allow a bunch of crooks and thugs who broke this province in the first place to come back into power. And I will tell you this, hell will freeze over before KwaZulu-Natal is governed by the MK. It will never, never, ever happen again.
The EFF and the MK Party. And it was so very interesting because at this point in time, they came together for the first time and supported each other. And they were so bold, singing together and defending themselves together like that. It was so very shocking, by the way, to see that. So what went wrong? So the MK Party have 37 seats. We know that is allocated to them. The EFF was going to give them 2 seats that they occupy. That will boost the MK Party to be at least at 39. Only now they were left with just 2 seats for them to be 40 plus 1. So we don't know which deals, secret deals, did they make as they were fighting now to have this motion of no confidence to be a secret, because we know what is happening. If now any party member, maybe from the IFP or from the ANC, vote against the party lines, the parties that are represented, they will not know who betrayed them because the vote was secret. But when the vote was public, it will just be obviously who are the betrayers. So the MK Party fought there to say that no, this is not what we want. We are calling for secret ballot voting. But the MK Party, it was so clear because already seems like they had some talks with the NFP, right? That one we know because the NFP president did say that they are in talks with the MK Party.
Because I'll come back to you because lokho kubuza ikhona kwi press conference statement ethu ukuthi suka kuphi ama allegations esiwashoyo. Asiqale la. The National Freedom Party received an invitation from the MKP, and we have taken an NEC decision to go and meet with the MKP. We were not there when they started their motion of no confidence. There was no meeting. When we raised that we do not have confidence in the Premier, it is then when they sent us an invitation.
So listen to this. According to the NFP, they were supposed to give them 1, right, as they occupy 1 seat. As the NFP president, Ivan Rowan Baines, said that he has no confidence in Thami Ntuli as he wanted him to be removed. And he did say that ongoing talks with the MK party and Jacob Zuma. So interesting. But we saw something different happening there that shocked a lot of people. But we saw the NFP defense KZN Premier in no confidence motion. The MEC for Social Development, Mbali Shinga, said that she will not support the motion to remove Ntuli, while her own president was saying that he doesn't trust Ntuli. So he wants Ntuli out, right? So now the question that remains, a lot of people were saying that the NFP did betray Jacob Zuma. Maybe. We don't know. We don't know their talks and their agreement, whether they agreed or not. We don't know. Did she betray the NFP president because he was so very clear that he doesn't have confidence in Thami Ntuli? Or did the NFP president betray Zuma by misleading Zuma and lying to him to say that, no, we'll vote for you, but knowing very well that he will just give the instruction to Mbali to say that vote against them? Or did she go against them both? The party lines of the NFP, did she break now the party lines to protect her job and betray the arrangement of Zuma and Baines? We don't know. We don't know what were the arrangements. What's your take concerning what has happened there? And what do you think is next for the MK party? Please leave your comment on the section below, and you can subscribe to this political YouTube channel. Until we meet on the next video, me, myself, and I am out.